Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having Aquarius on 2 houses in a natal horoscope. Now, when you have the same sign on 2 houses in a natal chart, those qualities, attributes are going to be strongly emphasized in those 2 houses, and the houses themselves will be strongly integrated and amalgamated, and the person will generally not have much of a problem exhibiting those characteristics as far as those that sign goes on those houses. And anyway, if somebody has let's take Aquarius. Many of you know the characteristics strongly associated with the sign can be about ingenuity, originality, being innovative, progressive, even revolutionary, being that universal friend, eccentric, unorthodox, having that need to be different, something of the maverick, scientific. And when we see these characteristics will be very strongly accentuated on the houses that they are on. Now let's take an example. Let's say that the person has this sign on the 10th and 11th houses in their natal chart. Well, the 10th house is connected with the career, public image, and first thing, with the 10th house, this person may be very interested in perhaps a career, and maybe computers, electronics, esoteric subjects, showing originality, ingenuity in their career. Even if this person chooses something conventional as far as their livelihood goes, it could be something where they put their own unique spin on it. The public image may be someone that maybe they're seen as somewhat eccentric and unorthodox. Now, if it's on the 11th house as well, you have those characteristics and that flavoring on the 11th house cusp. Now, this could be somebody that attracts friends that are unique, eccentric, eclectic, perhaps people that are interested in esoteric subjects such as astrology, the metaphysical. This person can be show a very strong humanitarian and selfless way in connection with their friends. This person may be somebody that is that can make be that prototypical friend, but there might be a certain detachment with this, and there's also could be a need for independence and wanting their friends to give him or her a certain amount of space. Now, what this is now, if you look at this and having Aquarius on the 2 houses, now in the 10th and 11th houses, for example, the qualities of those houses can be very strongly integrated. Now, when you have, let's say the 10th and 11th house has the Aquarius on it, now this could be a person whose friends, acquaintances may be advantageous, perhaps to their career. And these friends, of course, could have that Aquarius flavoring, being perhaps somewhat eccentric, and or maybe interested in esoteric subjects, have a humanitarian quality. They may be beneficial to the person's livelihood. It could be that perhaps this person's career leads them to perhaps join some kind of groups, organizations, which is the 11th house, which in these organizations may be perhaps something connected with astrology, computers, something with new technology, things with games and gadgets. And these things could be very strongly integrated and amalgamated due to the fact that you would have Aquarius on the 2 houses. Now, in duplicated houses, like Aquarius in this example, they're often what it is you have an interception as well. If you have a duplicated houses also in your chart, you will have an interception. Now, the duplicated houses often gives the person ability to extricate themselves from the problems that are connected with the intercepted houses. Now, let's say in my example, Aquarius is on the 10th and 11th house, and the person has Pisces intercepted in the 11th. Well, Pisces intercepted in the 11th can indicate perhaps some kind of deception, delusion, duplicity in connection with friends, groups, organizations, acquaintances, and the fact that it's intercepted, it makes it very stressful and taxing. It's very difficult to deal with this, and this person, it may be the kind of person that may succumb to this deception more often than the average person in connection with the things I described in the 11th house. But the way out could be by finding like those friends, those Aquarian type friends, which is Aquarius on the 11th house, finding those people that are progressive, that have people that are interested in those esoteric subjects, people that may have a certain uniqueness about them, certain maverick quality, innovative, ingenious, and those people that are tied in to that person's career, which may be somewhat unorthodox, which is Aquarius on the 10th house. Getting involved with those people could very well be a way out, and having those kind of friends might be the way out in terms of having the ones that aren't going to be the kind that are going to be duplicitous, or going to be the ones that are going to be deceptive, and so on and so forth. So that's really what this is really about, and that intercepted signs houses are not the end of the world, because the resolution could very well be through the duplicated houses. Now, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having Aquarius on duplicated houses in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having the zodiac sign Pisces on 2 houses in a natal chart. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.